What's going on, Jerbians? Today we got the Goldees Backyard Smoker, and I'm going to be giving you all the juicy details about it. We're going to go into why it is the way it is and why it is, in my opinion, better than the traditional offset smoker. So I want to go inside. I'm going to do some drawings on the whiteboard, and we're going to get right to it. So let's do it. Alrighty, y'all. Um, I've drawn up your basic backyard offset. This is very similar to the Chud one, the Franklin one, and the Millscale one. This is what you're looking at for most offsets in general, but this is, I would say, scaled to a backyard size. I don't want to talk about this one a little bit first, where, we designed our own backyard smoker. We put a lot of thought into this and how to make this better for everyone and for us, because we also like to cook in our backyards, and you'll be seeing a lot more of that very recently. But um, basically, we sat down and we tried to design a backyard smoker, and we came up with the one we have outside. I want to talk about that one in a second, but I want to talk about the traditional backyard or just an offset smoker in general. So I've drawn one up for you. So basically, what a backyard offset is looking like, or an offset in general, and how it works is basically you have you got your fire. You usually have somewhat of some kind of deflector plate, and then you have your grate and your smokestack. And how an offset works is basically a fire in general wants to go up, but what you do is you build a big old smokestack like this, and you try to pull the fire in to the smoking or into the cooking chamber, and that's how this works, and that's why it's called offset, because basically you're more right here, you're right here, and the fire's over here. But when you like compared to 1,000-gallon offset smoker like we have at Goldees, we basically only use 3 doors on that, the furthest 3 doors from the fire on the offset, because that first door, it's a little bit too direct. When you start getting in this area right here, obviously this is damn near direct heat. So that's why a lot of places have this deflector plate, and they have the grate that goes this way, and you see a lot of places not utilizing their first and second door on their offset 1,000 gallons, because you're pretty much direct heat when you're right here, right? And if you go back to my fire management videos, you hear me talk a lot about burning a fire that goes straight up, and one that doesn't, so it doesn't get pulled into that, because when it gets pulled in, it's a lot more harsh on this, on any meat that's in here. When the fire is getting pulled in there, it's a lot more harsh on it, and it's more likely to dry it out and and crisp it up, make it crispy, basically, because you're pretty much direct heat at that point. The offset isn't that far off from being like almost directly direct heat, um, especially on this backyard smaller model. So when myself and the Goldees crew um, went to design this, we're thinking, how do we get the meat not to see the fire and it still work out correctly? And this is where this design came from. Shit, it looks terrible. So basically, we close off that area to where the fire can't be sucked into the smoke chamber. And where does fire want to go anyway? It wants to go straight up. So you put a pipe right here, and the fire goes, and the heat, only the heat and the smoke go through it, and the flames don't see the meat at all. So now we're looking at almost being able to utilize the entire cooking chamber. And that's important, because you're looking at our 1,000 gallons, and we can only fit 24 to 28 briskets on there, but you can obviously fit about, I want to say you'd be able to fit 36 briskets on offset 1,000 gallon if you didn't have to worry about the fire being so direct at the very front of it. So now we've created a design where we are able to utilize so much more space inside the smoke chamber, and you're getting more of a bang for your buck, basically. In my opinion, with this Goldie smoker like this, you basically have the same amount of room as like a 250-gallon offset smoker. And I'm gonna prove that in future videos when I do, 8 briskets. I'll try to do, 10 racks of ribs, try to do 18 turkeys, and that kind of volume is huge for a backyard smoker. And we wanted to do that because we want to see this utilized as even like a starter smoker for restaurants, catering gigs, weddings. We want to see this smoker for everyone. Obviously, still a backyard smoker. You can fit 2 to 4 briskets on here, and I promise you they'll be super, super soft and not really crispy at all. And I know a lot of people are worried about the draw from this, but like I said, the heat. Where does heat want to go? Heat rises. This is a bad drawing, but we have the thing that makes the heat go straight up it, and then we have a bigger smokestack than anyone else, and thicker smokestack, and we still have the damper so you can control it, but it really doesn't. I mean, like I said, you're gonna see it in future videos, but I have no problem getting this pit to draw, like at all. Like it just wants to pull. It has a huge smokestack. The flames want to go up anyway. They want to go up and out that way. So, and we have this pulling it. So there really is no issue. That's why we went with the 90 and the 90, because they flow really well. I mean, they just flow really well. Don't have to worry about any kind of break in the draw. So that's what I want to say for this smoker. If y'all, I kind of did this all in one take. So if y'all have any more questions, comment it down and comment on the video. I'm going to be in here answering all your questions about this smoker. And I want to say, that's the price, $4,250. It's $250 more than the Chud 68-gallon smoker. It's $1,000 less than the Franklin backyard smoker, and it's $700 less than the Millscale 94. But you can almost fit double the food than all of those smokers. So I think it's a good deal. I understand if you're still a little iffy about it, but like I said, we're going to have videos on the Goldees Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and we're going to have Derby videos coming out every week explaining why this smoker is the smoker for you. Let's say one more thing before I go. This firebox, 24 inches long. The smoke chamber is 50 inches long, and it's actually a 98-gallon smoker. So it's a couple inches longer than the Franklin, the Millscale. Obviously the Chud one. You can see the smokestack is a little bit thicker. But we have been doing our turkeys on here every single day here at Goldees, 12 to 15 turkeys. And we're utilizing this great space all the way front to back. Now, obviously, I think your sweet spot is obviously like starting where these walls are, like where the door opens up. From here to here, that's your super sweet spot. But I can start meat in these like areas, and then as they shrink, I kind of shift them towards the middle of the smoker, like from both ways. Like start right here, and then shift to the middle. So in the offsets, as it starts to shrink, I shift it away from the fire. But on this one, I shift it towards the middle of the smoker. So it's just a little bit different. And like I said, you're going to be seeing a lot of that in future videos. So be sure to subscribe, like, comment any questions y'all have about this, and any questions y'all want me to answer in the future. But we got $4,250 for this backyard smoker right here.